Well, good morning. You're watching Morning at NTV. This morning I said I would get my pink badge and I just did. October is a very special month as we started. It's for us to get to know about cancer, how it affects, who it can affect, and also, of course, learn how we can prevent, because they talk about sex, infections, age, lifestyle, diet, drugs, and all sorts of things. Are you informed? And this entire morning we've dedicated Morning at NTV to have a discussion around cancer. Now, ladies, I've always said that in the month of October, if you can't do anything really, get 4, 5, or 6 of your friends, instead of passing by the usual place and having a drink or chai, just go get screened for cancer. Do you know what I mean? Or inform yourself and just let your friends know how to take care of themselves, because then there's a ripple effect. Before you know it, 3 I've told 6, 6 I've told 15, and we are protected, ladies. Joining me in studio is to tell us a story about how you can actually beat cancer. She's survived cancer, well, now survived for 18 years, so there's a lot to celebrate. And outside of that, she's now turned into a trained counselor talking about cancer, how you can prevent it, and she spends her days teaching us about just that. Please welcome Josephine Bamwamia. Good morning.
Good morning,
well
Fabia.
done. God is good. 18 years.
Yes.
18 years.
18 years survivor of breast cancer.
Of breast cancer.
Yes.
This is a book from the Uganda Women's Cancer Support Organization.
Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
And it's a wonderful story of you telling it. And I think, Josephine, sometimes when you're telling the story, it looks easy on paper, but when you're going through it in life, it's harder and it takes longer. Let's go back to when, not the day they gave you those results, but the day you first felt a bit of a difference in your body.
The day I felt a difference in my body is when I examined my breast and I found my breast was having a lump. And before I examined it, I noticed my breast was bigger than the other, and was shining as if I had put oil, which is one of the signs. So when I examined it, I felt a lump in my breast, and I became scared. And immediately, the following day, I went to see the doctor. And that doctor I saw told me that go to the big hospital immediately. He made me scared, but I took courage and I went and told my children that they are suspecting something in my breast. So I went to the hospital, and when I was going, my neighbor also told me we go together. So I went with my neighbor to the hospital.
Was it for courage? Was the neighbor just helping you?
You know, I felt good because I thought I am not alone.
Yes.
We are two at least. So we went with her to the hospital, and the way we talk like a Mlago, we teach people before you go for examination that there are signs of cancer, and when you get cancer, you can be, when you come early, you can be treated and be cured. And they talked about that before we entered.
Okay.
But entering in the room, you enter one by one. So I entered. When I went there, the doctor told me that you would go and they take off for a biopsy. But before that, I had gone through mammogram, scan, and all that. That at the end, that day when we went with my friend, she told me also that we go together. So they sent us for a needle aspirate.
And yeah, because I think you explained to me, there's, what we know is the biopsy. They take a bit of, is it skin or tissue?
Tissue.
Tissue, and then test it, and then tell you. But it's not the only way for them to tell or detect.
So for ours was a needle aspirate. You can use a needle, then they inject that place where there is a swelling, and they pull out the specimen.
Okay.
That specimen is the one which they send to the lab.
Okay.
Yes.
Must be a painful process.
And it is not very painful.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It is not.
So is the needle aspiration, which they just inject your, or the breast which they suspect?
Yes.
And then they get, is it an instant result? Can they give it to you that day?
That time, it was taking 1 month. So we went back after 1 month. By this time, they tell them to go after 3-5 days, they get their results.
Nowadays?
Yes.
Okay, okay, that we've come a long way then. That's a
Yes.
good thing. So 1 month, Josephine, are you not scared?
Yeah, during that month, I went through a lot of torture. Oh, some people can come and give you courage, some discourage you. During that time, many people came to my house to see me. Some even, that time I was still working. They go and tell Metron, you are here, but Josephine is dying in the house. And that time I was still working.
Oh, where were you working? Sorry, just...
I was working with the Nairobi City Council. Then many people came to advise me, don't you agree to take off your breast, because a woman's life is in the breast.
And they haven't even given you results, but
not
people are already
yet.
telling you.
That is during that month when I was waiting for the results. Some told me, don't you allow your breast to be removed. You are going to pray for you, and that lump will be removed. And that person loves him very much. He brought somebody to pray for me. And he was praying and he was telling me, the lump is removed. That swelling is not there. I feel it was still there. I tell him, I'm also a believer, but the swelling is still there. Then during that month, it was a lot, many people. Then during that time, there is one lady who came, and I thank God for her life. She came and told me that, Josephine, I'm having one breast for many years. If they tell you that you have cancer, you allow them to remove the breast. One person, and I thank God for her life.
Did she give you concrete reasons why she felt this was a good decision?
Yeah, she gave me good courage. So, and showed me the scar. So when the results came, when after 1 month, even some people told me to go for herbal medicine. You know, as a human being, I went for that herbal medicine.
You tried?
Every week I used to go for this medicine for herbal.
And this is after you had your results?
Before I had the results.
Okay.
During that month. So then after 1 month, my friend entered first. We went. My friend, when she entered, she came back and told me, Josephine, I have come back, I don't have cancer. Then for me, when I entered, the result, they broke for me that I had breast cancer, and I have to look for surgery immediately and be operated, and the breast has to be removed. It was, I went down, I cried.
In one sitting? They told you all of that information?
Yeah. And even that doctor, you know, that during that time, that was 2000, that doctor was the intern. He told me, you have to write a will because you are going to die within 5 years. I cried. He didn't know how to cancel me.
Yes, at all.
During that time. But now people can be cancelled. We are their survivors. We give reassurance to people and they see us. During that time, only that lady who came and told me that she was a survivor where I was working. By the hospital, I didn't see any survivor during that time.
So for you to see that this is possible,
yes,
that you can live beyond that.
Yes.
When in that 1 month, okay, for example, now it's no longer 1 month, as you said, in 3 days you can get your results. Say somebody is going for a test, or what kind of support system should they have? Should I be talking to my immediate family members? Who should I be talking to? Whether I'm just testing or whether I've gotten the results. What kind of support system do I need, Josephine?
You need to talk to your best friend.
Whoever it is in your life.
Yeah, in your life.
It could be your mom,
your children, your husband. The one you feel that is your friend is the one you should tell, so that she can know and know how to handle you. Yes.
What kind of, if I am the one who's the best friend, if I'm the support system, what am I saying? Because some of us don't have information, Josephine. What should I do? What's the best thing you can do for someone who's going through that situation?
Please, when somebody is told he has cancer, need somebody to be loved. Love her.
Okay.
Give her care. Cancer does not affect that when you touch her, you will be affected with cancer.
Yes.
Give her courage in life. and tell her to have faith in God. That is what you should do. Show love, show that you are caring, and that person will.
Just give them some faith to go through life.
Yes.
So you said that was 2000. So you find out you have breast cancer. Of course, forget the intern who told you all those things. Get a will, do what. But did you then decide on what next? Did you have the information on what to do next? Was it surgery? Was it not surgery? Did you decide?
I decided because I was working with doctors. So the doctors advised me that it's better if that breast is removed. So I took that.
Okay.
And as I told you, I had only I am a widow. I told my children, and life went on.
Okay.
My children used to accompany to the hospital.
Were they very open to it? Was your family very open to it?
You know, my children were young. What I tell them
is what they take.
What
Did they understand it though? What it meant? This is very dangerous to mommy's life.
They thought I was going to die, of course. And what I did, I took a group photo of my family, and I didn't tell them, but I took that photo so that in case I die, at least each one to have a photo. And I gave all of them.
So you went through the operation, which they took off one breast.
Yes.
So that means they did some tests and said it hadn't spread elsewhere, and you were just safe to keep, other parts, because I'm told it can also spread before you know it.
Yeah. When you go for operation, they tell you to go for checkup after 1 month.
Yes.
After 1 month, they tell you to go after 3 months, then 6 months. So when you reach 6 months, they check you, they tell you to go for a scan, a chest X-ray,
yes.
They check your blood, and then they push you to 1 year.
Okay.
When things are good. So now I go for those checkups after 1 year.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have been doing the one, wait, do you still do the tests now?
Once a year.
Even till now?
Yes.
So you never have and say, I've been cleared of cancer and I'll never have to go back for a checkup? There's no such thing?
No. When you are a survivor, you go for a checkup every year.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so for those who don't have cancer or are not aware of it, let's say someone has never tested for any cancer and they're watching right now and they want to know where to start. Where do I start, and then what do I test for? And I'm saying this because I've seen in the book for cancer survivors, even men have to test for things like breast cancer.
Yes. For ladies, they check their breasts every month. When you are still in your periods.
This is for you to check
yourself.
Okay, self-exam, yes.
After 7 to 10 days. And if you store...
After the period?
Yeah, after the period, 7 to 10 days,
okay.
You examine your breasts.
Okay.
And then for ladies who have stopped menstruation, they choose 1 day in a month and they examine their breasts.
Okay.
And also men suffer from breast cancer.
Yeah.
Also, we advise them to check their breast once a month.
Is it the same self-exam that I would do? Is the same that a man should do?
It is the same. It is only because our breasts are big and for the men are small.
Okay.
But the examination is the same. And then once a year, you go to the hospital and the doctor examines you.
Okay.
Then for cervical cancer, and they go for cervical screening when they are 25 years. And when you are HIV positive, you go for screening, cervical screening, once a year. But if you are negative, if you don't have HIV/AIDS, you screen after 3 years.
Okay, so I was sharing this with Josephine, and I said that I've done a pap smear, which is for cervical cancer. And she actually told me that you should not be, it's every 3 months, you said?
When you go for a pap smear, you should go after 3 years.
3 years?
Again, yes.
Okay, after 3 years.
Yes.
So if you have never done a pap smear, you said 25 years
and above,
you should start a pap smear. But you said you don't have to also do a pap smear.
They do cervical screening.
Cervical screening.
Yes.
Okay, so every time we hear cervical screening, that is what it is. They just test. So
you go for cervical screening. The one who screens, if he thinks there is something suspicious is when they send you for a pap smear.
Okay,
Yes.
it's good to know these things. What you're going for now, ladies, is a cervical screening. And as you're screened, if the doctor finds something suspicious or needs more clarity on something, they then give you a pap smear. Okay,
Yes.
so don't just go asking for a pap smear. you just screened. Yes.
Because cancer, you can have cancer in part of the body.
Okay.
But they screen for 3, most of them. Most times they screen for 3.
Okay.
For breast
cancer,
cervical, and prostate.
Okay.
And prostate, they advise to go from 40, 45 and above.
So the ones who are younger than 40,
they don't.
Okay.
And for 40, when in the family, if your father had prostate cancer, but most they start from 45.
From 45
and above.
Okay, and then for the ladies, is it something like my mother, my family member had it? Is it in the gene pool? Is it hereditary as well?
Yes, cancer is in the gene. If in your family you had cancer, you are most likely to have cancer also, any part of the body. Not that because you suffered from, like me, I suffered from breast cancer. My children also can suffer from breast cancer or
any other cancer.
Yes.
Okay, so that's also something to note, because we always think if my family member had cervical cancer, that's the one I'm most prone to get. Yet you could get any cancer. Okay, so since we've already started talking about how you can get cancer, because you actually do counsel people. You said at Mulago?
Yes.
At the cancer
I go as a volunteer at Mulago Cancer Institute. Yes.
So what are you telling us causes cancer, and also in what preventive ways can we take this? Because I offered Josephine some coffee this morning and she said no sugar, and I said I'm not going to drink sugar anymore. But what are those things you're telling us that we should stay away from, and what are the causes, so that we stop thinking witchcraft is what is bringing cancer? Gundi tanjagaliza so cancer yantuseko.
It is not witchcraft, and all of us, we have those genes in our bodies. But when you are lucky is when it comes out. What they say to prevent, at least our food when we are eating, we should eat 3/4 of fruits and vegetable.
Okay.
The quarter should be the carbohydrate, that is the food we eat.
Okay.
They advise us to take fruits, plenty of fruits, and drink plenty of water. And most people here, we eat more food and we eat
and a bit of fruits and side vegetables.
Yes. So that's what they advise us. Not to use this Vuvera. They tell us not to use Vuvera.
To package food?
Yes. And even in smoke. That smoke, the one when we are burning the rubbish, that smoke is dangerous.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so because of the polythene bags, so what, if you're burning polythene bags, shouldn't be closed?
But smoke is not good to go in your lungs.
Generally.
When you are breathing.
Yes.
And then you should eat our natural food, not this artificial foods.
So
like
just,
oil.
So just before we break down that food, you're trying to tell me really, if I watch my diet, I lessen my chances of getting cancer. At any age? I can start at any age?
Yes, at any age.
Okay, because some people say, I don't have to try anymore.
No. And to do exercise, it is advised to do exercise. Like for us, breast cancer survivors, cancer survivors, we don't run. But they advise us to walk.
Okay. Because
running is too much for us. We just walk to do exercise.
Okay. But for those who can, who are not
they are supposed to run. To jog. It is good to do exercise. Because you can have cancer at any part of the body. Inside and outside. Okay. So
you were saying the foods, are we going to avoid cooking oil?
Yeah. Please eat little oil because we are advised to boil our food.
Okay.
In fact, for me, I boil my food. And also, eating meat is good, but don't eat too much.
Say that again. Because a lot of people, we tell them that. And
not too much.
Meditable akonyama. Is that what they say?
Too much of anything is dangerous.
It's not good for you.
Yes.
You said something about eggs. I thought eggs were good for us, Josephine.
And they say too much of anything. You can eat eggs, but not too much.
Okay.
Yes, even meat, eat, but not too much.
Okay.
They advise us to take fish, vegetable,
yes,
those white meat, and not take a lot of fat.
Okay. So even that meat that has fat, you know, stay away from it. So that is good. So our lifestyle, basically workout, exercise, whatever form of movement, move. When you're eating, you said more vegetables, more fruits, and then the others, not what we're doing. Also drink water.
Yes.
Most of us think when we drink juice and tea, we have supplemented the body, but drink enough water for your body. And so Josephine is from the Uganda Women's Cancer Support Organization. I don't want to let you go before you tell us what's happening on Friday.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
On Friday, Golf Club always offers a tournament once a year. So this time it is on Friday on 5th. We are having a tournament that day.
Okay.
We thank a golf club for that.
Yes, it's a good partnership.
Yes.
It works. So if anyone goes
and
to...
if
yes.
any well-wisher,
yes,
they can contribute for us because they pay 500,000.
Okay.
Yes.
To the golf club?
To the golf club.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Josephine, thank you for fighting a good fight because you're giving information. And that's the biggest value. You can give us information so that we also make better choices. So thank you. So you said every day you go to Mulago Cancer Institute?
I go to Mulago Cancer Institute to do counseling and give courage to those people who are newly diagnosed. And even to give awareness for those who are not aware about cancer. Yes.
Well, thank you for making time to come here and tell us as well. I'm going to try and eat a bowl of fruits this morning. But in case you can't find Josephine and you're looking for information this month, NMG in Uganda has partnered with UMC Victoria Hospitals, AAR facilities countrywide, and also Nakasero Hospital, so whichever is near you. They have breast cancer screening free of charge, cervical cancer screening at 50% the discount, and that's going to happen the entire October. So this is just fast. You have no excuse. Find a way. And for breast cancer, we're going to try it. I have a brochure of how you can actually self-examine that Josephine has given me. We will take pictures and put on our social media pages with our hashtag Morning at NTV, so you can do this. For ladies, 7 to 10 days after your period?
After the period.
After your period, test yourself.
Yes. And if you are no longer menstruating, you choose one day.
One day in the month.
And even men can suffer from breast cancer. They examine also once a month.
So the same way is
the same way. Yes. It is only our breasts are bigger.
And but please do use it. This is Cancer Awareness Month. Make sure you get all the information and also take good care of yourself. Exercise and eat right and do better. That's it for Morning at NTV today. Have a good day.